Good evening. This is the Elliott wave update for the S&P 500 for Sunday, January 9th, 2022. There's a lot to get into today, so I'm just going to kind of dive right into as Globex opens. The markets initially saw a buy-up, and so they opened higher, but it lasted, I think, all of maybe 5 seconds up at that high and then just immediately dropped. And within the next completion of the first minute, the S&P was down. And so the downward trend is now continuing, at least as we start into Globex. So let's take a look at where we are, where we've come from. So we're still in the process of tracing out a larger wave 5 or a fifth wave, an intermediate degree fifth wave advance. Within that, there are going to be 5 waves of minor degree. There will be orange. Intermediate is yellow, minor is the orange. And so we're going to get 5 waves, of which we have finished wave 1, and now we're in wave 2. Now, within that wave 2, it's going to be an ABC. We have an A, a B, and now we're in the C wave. And if you remember Elliott or under Elliott, all C waves are ending up, they will be a 5-wave structure. And so within this C wave, we've done wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in 5. So what does this mean? I think we are heading towards a low, and that low is likely going to be a week, 2 weeks, where we probably will not be breaking that low. Let me start with that as well. So we're going to be putting in a low that should last us until we're complete this entire cycle, this intermediate fifth wave and this ending cycle. So we're coming up to a turning point in the market, I believe, if the Elliott is correct. So what do I need to see, or what do we need to see from here? I believe that the market will come down and complete the C wave. So we're looking at 4630 as our next support. Under that is 4605. Now, the market, being that it's a wave 2, the market can come all the way down and test 4520. But it can't exceed it. If it exceeds it, then wave 2 is correcting more than wave 1 put in. Therefore, it can't be a wave 2. So that's the depth that the market needs to go, that we have to allow before the rally could pick up again. Okay, so let's include that in the conversation and in what I'm talking about. So I'm looking for, and it's going to likely be selling like we're seeing right there. Now that's coming from 46.73 and it's down low at 46.50. So $23 right from the start. And that's not a great deal, but it's producing some decent. We're down 28.30 and then rally back. The Dow's down 108, the S&P's down 1250, and we're now waiting for the Asian markets to begin to open. And then we have Europe. So again, I'm looking for support at 46.30. Whether that completes the process of 5 waves down to form wave C, yet to be seen. Because it's from here, this could be wave 1 of 5. We get wave 2 of 5, so we're dropping a little bit quicker in the third. So we could exceed 46.05. Now, if the market holds these areas and we can count 5, I would expect the turn to be quick and strong, where the low gets put in and it's just a point where the buyer's buy button gets turned on. And this is a level that would meet that criteria. 46.05, down likely maybe to 45.92, 90. I wouldn't expect it to go much further, but I think you can allow $10 from 46.05. So we're down to 45.95, 93 in that area. But I would expect the turn to be solid. So you're going to get a low and a immediate, or possibly even where it turns into more of a direct jump within the same bar. So it makes the low and ends up back above its starting point. So it turns into a green bar, leaving this huge bottoming tail. If we're looking for that in a candle, we could maybe see that. So, but that could be here, it could be here, it could be a little bit lower. Now, if the market sails through these levels, and starts heading down to here and breaks that level, breaks 45.20 and starts to pick up speed, then more than likely where this thing is headed is back out towards the daily 200. And that is at 43.79, 70, 43.80, 40, in that area. And that would then negate the fourth wave. Or not necessarily, but what it does, it puts this minor first wave is likely going to be the completion point for all the rallies. So this would be, instead of minor wave 1, it turns into intermediate wave 5. But that's what the market has to do. It has to break and begin heading towards lower levels, that daily 200, which again is at 43. So the S&P would have to drop 300 points basically from here. But if it drops 45.20, it opens that door. Okay, so we're talking about mindset. We're talking about what you need to do and how you need to approach this. So right now, under the count that I have, I'm looking for a major low, because it is telling me, if my count is correct, that what I should be expecting next after wave 1 bottoms, after wave 2 bottoms, is a third wave. That third wave, number 1, would be expected to take out 48.08, which is the current high, and start heading to much higher levels, which once wave 2 is complete, I can put extensions up, which will give us some indications of what a third wave will look like and where it could get to. So so you can understand that the mindset has to split. It has to change from here. We're going from, oh my God, it's the end and we're just selling, to nope, we're turning and we're buying. And that's how quickly I believe the market will have to show that we're going up. Otherwise, if it breaks 48.20 and it has momentum and it has purpose for driving through that level, it starts to break below 4,500, well, then you're back out to that daily chart to see what that weakness is showing and what the capabilities are. So you have support at 48.20, but also at 44.52, 44.10, and bam, then you're sitting on top of that 200. So we'd be looking at how things act on these moving averages. You've got the 50. The daily 50 is at 46.44. So first of all, that's got to break. And if that breaks, then we're going to probably get a little bit of an acceleration coming back down into 46.30 and 46.05. So that's our downside scenario. The upside scenario, I don't think is ready to begin. If it does, it's just going to shoot and go straight back up, because that's what I would be expecting. If wave 2 is going to end anywhere here, then wave 3 needs to begin and just go. So I still think that upside is going to be very limited, and we need to get down into 46.30 or 46.05. That's where I'm going to leave it. Our next update will be on Monday the 10th.